Okay, let's go ahead and answer these to the study guide. As you can see, I'm in a vehicle, so it's going to be a little fun riding, but we'll give it a shot. But basically, find the percent of change, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so 30 to 90, we've got to find the amount of change, which was 90 minus 30 is 60, over the original amount, which is 30, and set it equal to r over 100. Cross multiply. Okay, and then divide by 30. And so that's going to be 200%. Okay. So it changed 200% to go from 30 to 90. Okay, number 2 is 57 to 86. So we need to find the change. So the change is 86 minus 57, which is 29. Okay, over the original, which was 57, equal to r over 100. Cross multiply. Divide by 57. That one I can't do in my head, so we got a little calculator here. 2900 divided by 57 equals, round to the nearest tenth is 50.9. I had to look and make sure I was doing that right to look at that. Okay, so 50.9%. Okay. Number 3 is 70 to 20. So you got amount of change of 50 over the original amount, which was 70, equal to r over 100. So whether it goes down or up, the original amount is the first one. Okay, and you always subtract to find the difference. So now you get 70r, it doesn't matter which way you go, 70r is 5,000. Okay, divide by 70, and r, the rate of change is going to be so let's do 5,000 divided by 70 is 71.4, rounded to the nearest tenth. So 71.4 was the rate of change. So doing this in the car, I hope you guys don't get dizzy because there's going to be a lot more moving here. 152 to 36. Okay, so we need to find the amount of change first. 152 minus 36. So 6. So amount of change of 116 over the original amount, which was 152, equal to r over 100. So 152r is 11600, so 11,600. And so then you divide by 152, sorry. And the rate of change is gonna be 76.3%. So number 5 is 70 to 140. So the amount of change is 70, because 140 minus 70 is 70, over 70, the original amount, equal to r over 100. So you get 7,000 equals 70r, divide by 70, and you get 100% is the rate of change. Okay? Because if you double, that's what you're doing. You're increasing by 70 or by 100%. 100% of 70 is 70. So if you increase to double, then that's increasing by 100%. All right, so now number 6 is using the distance formula, depending on what you're trying to find. Number 6, you're trying to find the distance. So you just multiply these two because it's rate times time. 50 times 5 hours is 250 miles. Okay, I just did 50 times 5. Same thing here, 80 times 4.5 is going to give me my distance. So 80 times 4.5 is 360. So you went 360 miles. Then number 8, you have to find time. So you're not doing just rate times time, you are dividing distance by rate, because you're gonna divide by r to get time isolated. So you're gonna take distance divided by rate and you will get your time. So 200 divided by 40 is 5, so it's gonna take you 5 hours. Number 9 is 225 divided by 50. So let's do that one. So you just do 225 divided by 50, and you get 4.5 hours, 4.5. So 4.5 hours. Number 10, you're trying to find rate. So you're just taking the distance and dividing it by time. Instead of dividing it by r, you're now going to divide by t, and you can isolate r. So 360 divided by 9 is 40. You can check that. So you do 360 divided by 9. You get 40. So you're going 40 miles per hour. Number 11 is 255 divided by 3. So you were going 85 miles per hour. And then the area ones, you are just finding the area. If it's a rectangle, you're just taking length times width. Okay, so length times width, 5 times 8, which is 40. Now don't put a square on the 40. 40 squared is not the answer. Now, if this had been like feet or inches, that's where you put the squares, like 40 inches squared or something. But because I didn't put a measurement on there, we're not doing, I'm not going to have us put the measurement because I don't want there to be confused. So you just need to put the number. So it's just 8 times 5, which is 40. This one's 2 times 10, which is 20. And then with the triangle, you do 9 times 10, base times height, but you make sure you divide by 2. So 9 times 10 is 90, divide it by 2, you get 45. Number 15 is 7 times 10, which is 70, divided by 2, which is 35. Don't forget to divide by 2 on the triangles. 16 is 5 times 4 is 20, divided by 2 is 10. 17, you are doing the rectangle first, so that's an area of 40. 4 times 10 is 40. You do not half that one as a rectangle, but you're going to also add the area of the top here, the triangle. And if you're wondering what the base is the same as this rectangle. Okay, it's the same as this one. So the base is 10, the height is 5, so 10 times 5 is 50, and then you half it because you're talking about the triangle. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. So we're going to add that to it. So that's the rectangle, that's the triangle. So a total of 65. And then with this one, find the missing width. Okay, they give you the full area, which is width, length times width. So to find the width, you just need to divide the full area divided by the length, and that'll give you the width, right? It's working backwards. So 35 divided by 7 is 5. That gives you the width is 5. All right. So study that. Check the ones you missed. Go back through it. And test will post tomorrow. Okay? And it'll give you a couple days that has to be turned in by Thursday night, 11:59. So so just keep that in mind. All right. Thanks, guys.